Alrighty, welcome back to Let's Play Victoria 2 as Spain. Let us continue on from where we last left off. So our conquest of the FRCA, I think, is going all right. Are you guys not reinforcing? You should reinforce at the end of the month, no? That's what I was under the impression of. So that on August 1st, you would get a... Okay, you're not getting a reinforcement tick. You are 7, which should go up a little bit. So I'm actually going to split you in half. Have you guys do this. You're going to come down to here, because we've taken over all these ports. You're not really doing too much. We're still only at 6%. The Americans did intervene. Okay. The Americans having intervened, it's very important that we stop their naval operations. Of course, now we might need to send troops to here, because they might land in just Spain proper. Okay, Queen Victoria is now queen. Congratulations to her. Trying to think, is there anybody I could call into this war? We have 40 stack of ships. The question is, maybe I just want to try to sink the American Navy before it does anything. Sweden, would you join the war? You would not accept. Two Sicilies, would you join the war? They will accept. It doesn't mean too much, but I'll bring them in anyways. Thank you. Around 34 against 42. We're only at 5%. Because you have the war goal. They are still negotiating for the entire alliance. So if we can siege down all of these territories. You're Mosquito, right? Yeah, Mosquito Kingdom. We need to eventually probably get our way down towards the south. But we need to stop the Americans from actually being able to do too much. And also find out where the hell their navy is. Venezuela, would you want to be out of the war yet? No. Because the American Navy... Okay, there's 22... There's 22 ships. They have 18 heavies. Okay, that's worrying. We got 3 infantry. So we want to make sure the Americans... I mean, I'm in range. I don't know why, actually. I guess from Havana. I wonder if I sit... Ah, but these ships are horrible. You have 18-1. Occupations are still going okay. I'm guessing I could not get military access through you. Negative 28. Base reluctance is negative 50. I mean, I would honestly rather them send troops... Okay, there's 2 units here. They are landing, I think, in one of these provinces, unfortunately. Yeah, they got 5 stack. You still have 42. Did you mobilize? I'm assuming so, right? Yes, you mobilized. The Americans did mobilize. So, you know, if America's mobilized, we might as well mobilize. I know it's... I don't want to do it. But actually, if America just keeps sending small divisions to Spain, that is the best case situation for us. So keep our main navy around here. I would like to go back to Havana and repair, but I think that's actually really risky for us to do. Because there's 3 provinces down here. Once we occupy all the provinces, I don't know if we're going to hit 100%. But we're going to be doing pretty alright. Because I think the Americans... I think the AI kind of knows that our main territory is slightly weaker. To follow that up, we probably want to go for +1 dig in. Maybe even muzzleloader rifles wouldn't be a bad idea. Our army is just in absolute tatters, though. I'll tell you that much. That's going well. We don't need to see all of... the rally points don't matter. Did they occupy the territory? No, I'm surprised... Is it not supposed to have, hostile... Rebel occupation... Yeah, it's not actually seeing this as a hostile occupation. I don't know why that would be the case. Yeah, so you guys are up there. Go kill that small American army. You guys will then combine, go onto the ships. Still no sign of any Americans. Venezuela still does not want to peace out. Am I getting any war score? Wars... Currently at 0%. Packer blockade. We did win our battle there, which is not a surprise. We just gotta keep on the lookout. Don't see any Americans yet. Two Sicilies, I think, is sending a single division over, so I'm, glad to have them around. Thank you for the minimal amount of help. Okay, so we've won our battle here. You guys are still doing fine. Got a 51 stack of Frenchmen. And yeah, we got some people intervening in, well, the British have intervened in the Ottoman War, but that's kind of okay. Okay, so you should be fine there. Which army has the engineer? You do. So your siege efficiency should be pretty good, but again, your units are horrible. So that's probably why it's taking so long. Okay, the Americans have landed another army in, but again, if they only have like 8 transports, the nice thing about Victoria 2 is that the AI never builds enough ships to actually win. Are you a good attacker? Attack +2? We should win basically all these battles with no real problems. Also, I should be spending most... You're not reinforcing because I wasn't spending money on the army. You know what? That's a good reason why we weren't winning. I'm an idiot. I'm going to let you all in on that little secret. No wonder they were not getting the reinforcements that they could have gotten. Argentina, though, we can make them up to friendly. Peru, Bolivia doesn't exist anymore. But Bolivia does, so I guess we'll try to influence them a little bit. Yeah, so we got regular Peru, Bolivia, Chile. For us, decisions. We want to get Chile. Chile's the easiest one of these ones to actually accomplish, because you only need to probably puppet Chile. I don't know if sphering them would work. You have negative 100 relation with us. A puppet is 10, 134 days. You are opposed by everybody. And you have 3 divisions. So I wouldn't say you're a major threat to us. We don't need these many troops. There's too many troops to have in one province. Move them out and around. You guys can go to here. We probably don't need to be mobilizing more men than this, honestly. And Brazil? You know what, Brazil? You would not accept that war. But I think Brazil would actually be a good ally to have on the continent. For obvious reasons is that they're very big. And them being very big helps me out a lot. We could close our borders. I still think everything here is fine. I don't want to make people too upset with us. About 8%. America... I mean, we could maybe try to get them a peace out on their own. I just don't know when that would happen. Venezuela, I would still like to get you out of the war. Do you have any war exhaustion? You have 10%. You're at 100%. I am currently at 0%. So that works out quite nicely. I think the Americans are going to keep trying to send troops over there. I think the American AI does know that the colonies really don't affect war score too much. Okay, so you are going to go to San Jose. I guess we'll go to Liberia then. See the Mexicans just kind of going out and around. I did see another American ship, though, which does worry me. But all this will soon be under our control. And we'll want to try to station as many troops in the area as we possibly can. Keep looking up here, because I keep thinking it's going to tell us something nice, but it's never going to. Okay, so we have a 14 stack. We'll keep them in the capital. We should now start getting, taking war score, 0.07% per day. I think it does cap at 100. Because it's an annexation CB. How's our factories doing, by the way? We want to open and subsidize everything. You're losing money. You have 34 employees. You have 455. Not enough for us to even round up to a 1 yet. But once we're no longer at war... I mean, just getting a foothold in... I was going to say mainland Spain, which is really not... Or mainland territory here, which is not really technically correct. Once you start reinforcing all this... The wars should become easier from this point out. Austria and Prussia are already fighting a war amongst each other. Austria is actually the one declaring the war, which I'm surprised by. I mean, can Austria win that war? 87? I mean, it looks like they can. A giant Germany underneath the Austrians would be interesting. I will admit that. So will you get us to 100% when I annex you? You might. Defender occupation minus 0.5. Is that the one territory here? That really cost us 0.5 war score? Surprised by that. I know, actually, the war score is only costing 171 gold, which is really not so bad. There we go, 100%. Thank you, FRCA. Allowing me to annex you. I can now immediately demobilize the army. And supply limit here is okay. Which is nice. But now that this is all Spanish territory, things are going to be looking a little bit nicer for us. We will have you guys sent to here. I'm going to send the transports, all the transports, over to this territory. I will like take over Nicaragua, because it does cut off our territory a little bit. But the fact that the FRC did not completely implode and we were able to take over a decent chunk of it is excellent for us. Still need more manpower, though, which is not a surprise. Of course, the British have a large garrison in Gibraltar. We need to worry about that in case any war with the British does show up. They're all hanging out here. I don't even know if I can click on Gibraltar, honestly. Like, it's so tiny that it might be almost impossible to click. Could train up more units in Europe, but I honestly don't really think we need them. Any major war in Europe, especially one against France, we'll probably just completely ignore, honestly. Split you guys in half. But now that we've done this, Chile is under absolutely no international protection. Are you allied to anybody? You are allied to Brazil. Okay, that makes my life a little bit more difficult. What about the other countries here? The Viceroyalty of Peru, for example. Peru and Bolivia, either as a puppet or for all core provinces owned by Spain. It's in the Spanish sphere of influence. It's a puppet of the Kingdom of Spain. Problem, though, is like Bolivia and Peru both have a core on this area. An area which I mean, nobody can colonize it right now. I mean, wars to start kind of claiming these areas would be nice. You're opposed to everybody. You have 6 divisions. You're allied to Peru. Bolivia, we can probably get them up to friendly now as well. We could maybe just try to sphere the entirety of South America. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Mexico is now at war with the United States. Not at war with Rio Grande, though. At least not yet. Mexico? Yeah, you can have actually military access through here. I think that's completely okay. I'm trying to think. Okay, 4. For New Spain, who do we need? Okay, FRCA. We've done it. Mexico, for all core provinces, we need to puppet Mexico, basically. And also, they need to have all their core territory. Are you core up towards the north? You are, but I think after the Mexican-American War, they might lose their claims up there. I'm not too sure. But if Mexico can win their war against Texas, win a war against Rio Grande, it would probably make sense for us to start an ginormous invasion of Mexico and try to puppet them. And have all of this area be one giant puppet state for us. Again, that's if they can win their war against the Americans. Which I think they might be able to do, because we did kind of weaken them a little bit from our war. I mean, you don't like us, which is understandable. Weaver's Uprising in Hesse-Kassel. Unless actually, or would this be the perfect time for us to try to invade Mexico for a puppet? I don't actually know, really. What would be the best opportunity to do so? We don't. Is there any, yeah, there are some rebel factions. Of course, the Honduran Liberation Movement, but there's only 114 people in that group. So, I don't think they matter so much. You have 46. You are mobilized. You were mobilized with 14 divisions. Who's the war leader here? I think the Americans. So it's going to take them a little bit longer for them to actually succeed. Again, if they succeed at all. I just don't remember if Mexico loses their cores or not. If Mexico loses their cores, my life is easier. If Mexico keeps their cores, my life is harder. Because the FRCA lost... No. Because they don't have their cores on this area anymore. I'm actually not too sure. Costa Rica... Maybe, okay, actually, maybe this list is actually just not long enough to show everything that I need. Which might be the case. I might need to take over Nicaragua. Maybe the Mosquito Kingdom as well, because it is a core of the FRCA. But you're also a core of the FRCA. So I'm not too sure. To be quite honest with you. Bolivia, you're both at about 28, 30-ish. I think Mexico just lost their war. Unfortunate. You'll probably then try to fight Rio Grande because it's going to be an easy war for you to do. At least I'd imagine it'd be an easy war. Our naval base in Puerto Rico has almost finished. Farming efficiency is the same. Definitely want to lose more militancy. But also, I don't want to gain consciousness that much. Because consciousness will kind of undermine the Carlist. Which is not what we want at all. We want a strong Carlist movement. Yes, I think Austria did win their first humiliation against the Prussians. They only got 25 prestige, which is pretty bad. And you guys have already started the Opium War. I guess it is 1841. So it's not that surprising. So it's 173,000 pounds. We should be spending it on stuff. You do have steel. Or some iron, I should say. So maybe getting a steel mill here is also not a bad idea. This area looks like it'd be really nice for a cannery. You got a lot of benefits here. You got the... Actually, does fruit go in the cannery? You have 2 of at least 4, so I think that's actually still okay. You have 3. You have 3 of the 4. No, because it's cows, fish, and... You have 2. You have that. It's Portugal. We can't look at Portugal quite yet. Down in Granada, though, we could actually probably get another steel mill. And you, with a lot of nice wine or a lot of nice fruits, we can probably go for a winery there. So spend a lot of money on this. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to spend a lot of money building basic forts on our border with you, and I'm going to... Oh, actually, I'm already broke. Okay, never mind. I was going to build some more down here as well, but I think they're probably very expensive. Yeah, they're 12,000 pounds each. But having strong defenses against the French, just in case. Actually, didn't have enough money to build them all these areas. But that's okay. Because we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5. Actually, no, 5. We have 5 provinces, I think, that connect to France. So defending those areas does make sense. Let's go for mining efficiency, a little bit more pop militancy. I don't think it's actually that big of a deal. Education spending, I do want to increase a little bit. Increase your spending. Cut military spending in half for the time being. Because we're not at war. We're not at war yet. Let me just make that one more clear. I do think we just invade Spain right now. You have no allies. You're friendly with the United States. We have a truce until 44. If I was to justify the make puppet, take 133 days. How long would it take for us to move troops into all of Mexico? Probably a while, huh? Yeah, being friendly with them is not what I want. I think we wait until the Americans and Mexico are at war again, which they will be. I think like 1848-ish is when the Mexican and American War actually happened. As long as we wait until then, we'll be looking pretty all right. Is there anything else we need here, though? Maybe upgrading. I mean, it costs 3,000 each. Which actually is not so bad. It allows us to build more ships. It will also allow us to have more colonial power, which we'll probably need for the future. I mean, even actually a war against Morocco is not a bad idea, but you're actually already friendly with the French, which is not what I want either. Is there anywhere else? What other decisions do we actually have as France? Reform the colonial armies, the Moret law. If we were liberal, we can do this, but of course we're not. I don't know if we're ever going to be liberal. Form the Spanish colonial army. To allow us to get more troops, we'll need naval logistics and the telephone, which is pretty late. Where's naval logistics? In 1870 tech. And the railroad is... Where is that under here? Under electricity? Yeah, so it's at 1880 at least. Economic reforms. Money must be very high. Viceroyalities, we don't care too much about that. Raider group dropped and also have even more money. Revolution, counter-revolution, that's fine. Nationalist imperialism. Commodity boom in Central America. 1890, or have modern central banking system, which will give us a lot of coffee. And a Belize purchase, which is 55,000 pounds. And the UK has to like us. How does the United Kingdom like us right now? Negative 59? You know what? Let's improve relations with them. Well, maybe we'll save some money and just buy Belize off the British. But I think that for right now, though, there's going to be a good time for us to end this episode. So thanks very much for watching. My name is Anthony. If you enjoyed, put a thumbs up. Not doing, click thumbs down. Want to subscribe, and goodbye.